lemon. Whew. Wow, that is super fragrant. That smells amazing. That's so fresh. I'll pull it apart. Hello and welcome back to another Martha recipe. We have Martha's 100 favorite recipes, and today we are going to do the lemon sugar cookies. So they look really yummy and summery and fun for this beautiful June summer weekend. We have our fresh lemons from the market here, and then the rest of my ingredients. It looks like we need 3 cups unbleached all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon table salt, 1 3/4 cups granulated sugar, 1/4 cup packed light brown sugar, 1 tablespoon finely grated lemon zest, plus 1 tablespoon fresh lemon juice from 1 lemon, and then 2 sticks or 1 cup unsalted butter, which is softened and which I also got from the farmer's market, nice and fresh, and then of course 2 large eggs, also from the farm, nice and fresh, and sanding sugar if you like. I usually don't really like sanding sugar, so I'm gonna skip that, also because I don't have it. But the way we wanna start is by preheating our oven to 350 degrees, which I have going in the background. And then I have my stand mixer, which I will start putting the ingredients into. The first thing she wants us to do is actually the dry ingredients. So, of course, I always spill my flour as soon as I open it, no matter what, it kind of goes everywhere. So for our flour, we need 3 cups. So we have our big dry measuring cup here. We're gonna measure this out. So keep it nice and fluffy. I'm not usually one to actually level out the flour. I probably should, but well, it works out. So 1, 2, and 3. All-purpose flour, and then we have our baking soda. It's always best to use as fresh baking soda as you can, because obviously it's one of those active ingredients that is actually going to affect your cookies. So for this, we just need 1 teaspoon of the baking soda. Level that out, add that in, and then just a little bit of salt. I'm gonna use my Celtic salt, which I love because it just really melts into whatever you're doing. So I'll put that on there. I have in my little salt chamber. Whisk this together. And then we'll just set that aside. So I probably should have used honestly a bigger bowl, but I'll be careful. Just whisk this all together and then set this off to the side. Interesting enough, she wants us to put our sugar into our mixer first. So in our nice big stand mixer, she has us do, what did I say? For sugar, we have 1 3/4 cups. So we again take our nice big, make sure there's no clumps. Again, I like to use the finely grated, hey, stop it. I like to use the extra fine baking sugar, because obviously you could probably get a better brand than Domino's, but for today we have Domino's. I like to use the extra fine because then you don't have that really granulated, really rough texture of your cookie. So we have 1 and then 3/4 cups. I'm just gonna use my 1/4, add it 3 times, make sure I break up those clumps. 1, 2, 3, and then only 1/4 cup of our light brown sugar. I usually like to keep all my baking ingredients in these glass jars, because then you have a nice good seal and you can leave a scoop in it. But at the lake house, we don't have a ton of these containers, so we make do. So packed brown, 1/4 cup. Add that in. I already added my lemon zest actually in here. It's really hard to zest a lemon when I don't actually have a zester. I used what I could and got that 1 tablespoon of finely grated lemon zest. We'll add some more for good measure. It helps if you have your lemons either frozen or in the fridge. The colder they are, the harder, more firm they will be, which will make it easier for you to get the grated lemon out. So with our paddle attachment, we're just gonna mix this all together for about 30 seconds. Oh my gosh, it smells really good because the lemon, whew, wow, that is super fragrant. That smells amazing. That's so fresh. Okay, that's good. Wow, that is really, really fresh. So then this is just a pound of butter. So I'm gonna just, or this is just a cup of butter. So I am just gonna add this in. Half pound of butter, 1 cup. It doesn't even separate it, so we'll just put this in, nice and soft. And again, a higher quality butter is really gonna add to that creamy flavor or the smooth texture of the cookie, so I definitely prefer to use a higher quality butter. It definitely makes a difference. We'll just let that go for a little bit. We want to mix it until it's nice and pale and fluffy. So when it's all combined with that sugar, we're going to really see it be kind of whipped and come together. So you can see. I haven't made a sugar cookie in actually a really long time. Usually, of course, you make them around Christmas, but I have not made just a summer sugar cookie. So this is going to be interesting. I can't believe how little brown sugar we use, but I guess, yes, that makes sense for the purposes of today. So this is going to take about a minute. We can crank up the speed. We're a little shaky. Our mixer's a bit old. Yeah, it's really starting to come together now. So once that's all combined, we add our eggs, 1 by 1. You get that rich yellow flavor from these eggs. You know they're farm fresh. Toss our shells in the trash. Let's see. While this is going, I'm actually going to scrape the sides a little bit. Make sure it's combining with everything. So this recipe yields 20 3.5-inch, 3.5-inch cookies, which is pretty decent size, I'd say. So I was gonna cut the recipe in half, but I figured let's just make it all. I like to freeze them and then have them on deck so I can make people try throughout the week. Wow, that looks really good. What I love about Martha's recipes is that they really, so far, have combined so nicely, and it's really smooth and creamy, but also light and fluffy, which I know will make for a really good textured cookie that just is nice and even and delicious. Oh, this is really soft, actually. So what we want to do next, we're going to just scrape the sides real quick, turn it back on at a low speed, add our flour mixture, nice and slow. You can kind of see. Okay, that's all mixed in. Yeah, it just combines so easily. It's so nice. Gotta hold this guy down. And for these cookies, Martha wants us to use a 2-inch cookie scoop, which I don't think I have today, so I'm gonna find maybe like a tablespoon and go with that. I thought at one point I probably had a cookie scoop, but I'm not quite sure where it is. We'll use this probably. It's always funny, like when you're at a cottage and you just kind of make do with what you have from over the years. Oh yeah, look at that. That looks great. Oops. Friends, I forgot the lemon juice. So normally you'd put the lemon juice after you add the egg. So we're going to go ahead and add that now. So normally you would probably just measure this out, but you want a tablespoon. So I'm going to squeeze it in there. Ditch this half. And for good measure, I'm going to add a little bit more. Perfect. Mix that together. So despite you having 3 cups of flour, I can tell that this is going to be a pretty soft cookie. Not too dry, not too cakey. Wow, I just really smell the fragrance of the lemon in here. It's gonna be so good. Look at that dough. It's just so light and fluffy. You can tell how not heavy it is in my hand. So we're gonna pull out our baking sheet. We're gonna line it with parchment paper, and then we're gonna start putting these 2-inch cookies on the sheet. Obviously with clean hands. I'm just gonna do it about that size. It fits in my palm nicely. So I'm just gonna pull it apart and see. I have this little scoop here. Especially for a first batch too. I kind of do it by weight in my hand to see how it goes. Especially for a first batch though. I don't like to totally fill the pan with a full dozen. I don't know how they're gonna spread, right? Especially with how much butter is in these. We're gonna do 6. We're gonna pop these in the oven. Timer for 15 minutes, and actually Martha wants us to flatten the cookies, so we're going to take a spatula and kind of flatten them down. I think I'm going to just use the rubber spatula I was doing, so I'm going to pull these right back out. Now that they're flattened, I'm going to put these in here. And then we got 15 minutes on our timer. We'll come back and we'll see how they go. But I'm really excited because the lemon is just perfect for summer. It's so refreshing. I'm really excited to see how these turn. All right, it's been 15 minutes. Let's pull out these cookies and see what we think. The timer's going off. Oh, wow. They are perfect. Look at that. Yum. They're so pretty. Wow. Okay, so we're going to let these cool for 5 minutes, and then I'm going to take them off and see what we think. Okay, moment of truth. This one looks pretty good. We'll pull it apart. They're so pretty. Okay. It tastes very much like a lemon loaf. I definitely would have benefited from having the sugar on top. Maybe I'll buy some tomorrow, and then with the cookies I didn't bake, I'll add it on and see what the difference is like. This would be so good with like vanilla ice cream or even a cup of coffee, because they're a little plain by themselves. I definitely recommend probably doing the sanding sugar on top, and then also pair it with something, whether that's whipped cream, vanilla ice cream. There's even lemon ice cream that Martha recommends that you can make with it. It's not bad by itself, but it's a little plain, and I think it's a little, almost dry, so you want to pair it with something else. This was definitely fun, and I think I can improve. I'm gonna get that sanding sugar and I'll let you guys know, but this was really fun. And the lemon is just so summer and so light, and such a perfect pairing with a traditional sugar cookie. So that was a win. Come back. Was this as good? Well, on a rating on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say this is about a 7 out of 10, which is good. The chocolate chip cookies that I made in my other video were definitely a 10. Those were my favorites so far, but this was definitely a fun try if you want to switch it up from a chocolate chip cookie and do something it's more pale or more lighter cookie. This is really good and probably be good for breakfast. So thanks guys for watching. I will see you guys in my next video with Martha and baking. But if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. I'll leave the ingredients in the description of this video. I will see you guys soon. Bye.